What's going on, YouTubers? Been a little while since I made a video, so just figured time to do one. So here's a new video. Today we're going to talk about laptops, desktops, and a comment that somebody I'm related to made over the weekend regarding laptops and desktops and some of the simple differences. Camera's on a tripod. We're going to go over here and point down here. This is my Dell Optiplex 755. I've talked about this lots and lots of times before. You guys know this system. If you've been watching my videos, you know this system very well. It's got the SSD, it's got 8 gigs of RAM, has a 7750, Radeon 7750 graphics card, I believe, and boots up the Windows 7 Home Premium 64-bit with ease. I use this to mess around with some audio editing, some simple basic things. I really don't game with this machine. I'm not much of a gamer, so the high-end graphics cards aren't all that important. Now, I want to talk for a second about a comment that my relative made. We were talking about computers and how computer sales are slow right now. I haven't really moved hardly any machines this year. I think I sold 2 machines all year. And what my relative had said to me is, oh, well, I got this friend of mine who does the same type of stuff that you do, and he just bought a bunch of stuff for towers. She calls desktops towers. Said to me, he can't get rid of the stuff because everybody's going to the laptops because the towers are obsolete. So that's the purpose of this video. Towers are not obsolete. This system here is a socket 775. It's got a Core 2 quad, 8 gigs of RAM, has a solid state drive. This thing's fast. It does everything I need it to do. If I were to use this system every day, this Optiplex 755 machine, I would not need another system. However, I have lots of systems. I'm a computer tech by trade, so I like to have a bunch of other machines. So that's why I have the 6-core system, which is over there. It's on that lower shelf of that desk. And let's take the camera for a moment. I'm going to take this off the tripod. I'm going to go over to the laptop. Now, mind you, we said the 755 has a Radeon 7750. The laptop over here, my Core i5 Dell laptop, has, we'll go into the device manager, has a NVIDIA NVS 3100M graphics, which are integrated and uses a system RAM. So I don't honestly understand why a person would say that this is the rave of the future and the desktop over there, which has a 1 gigabyte graphics card and could smoke this thing with an older CPU that uses older technology, could actually, in effect, smoke this laptop. Why a person would call this the rave of the future and this over here obsolete. Now, I turned both of these machines on at the same time, and the desktop was quicker to boot. One of my Adobe programs needed an update, so we were able to do that. I did that before you could even hear the Windows 7 startup music, and even had the desktop on the laptop. Now, in the laptop's defense, the desktop does have a solid state drive, which is a lot faster. But my point is, I don't want to trash either type of technology. They both have their pluses. I just want to make sure that people know what they're talking about when they're using terms like out of date, obsolete. Fact of the matter is, there's computer technology probably coming out right now that could smoke any machine I have in my house or down here in the workshop area. But in terms of normal everyday use, laptops are good because they're convenient. You can throw them in a bag, and the business people can take them to their place of business, do their work. When they're done, they can throw it in a bag and bring it home. You can't really do that with a desktop without having to unhook it, bring it home, set it back up, and you hope that everything works when you get home. So, the moral of the story, desktops are still very, very usable. I use them every day. The laptop just basically sits in my closet collecting dust most of the time. In fact, I've actually thought of selling it, but haven't really got any real bites yet, and I got to figure out, if I were to sell it, how much I would want for it. So I'm going to hang on to it for now, and if I go somewhere and I need to use it, it's nice to know that it's there and it's convenient. However, my desktops in this house and down here in the workshop area see far more use than any laptops. As I've said before in other videos, I'm not a fan of touch screens, and here's what I use for sound on the desktop. The Logitech, I believe they're the Z623s. The laptop just has the tiny little laptop speakers, so these sound much better. Those Logitechs can actually fill this big room down here with sound. So we're going to call it quits for today, for this video. I thank you for watching. I noticed over the weekend I got another subscriber. I want to thank that subscriber for subscribing to my channel, and I'll try to keep the videos as interesting as I possibly can. Stay tuned, keep watching.